As one of the House Republican caucus budgeteers, I want to just say a couple things here for the body to know and for the public to know. We are often asked, hey, Republicans, are you involved in the budget process? So let me answer that. Early in session, we were offered weekly meetings with the governor's office, and I want to thank the staff there for answering our questions and sharing some information with us. But unfortunately, we did not meet the last couple weeks. We were offered a weekly meeting with the House Democrat budgeteers, which we appreciate, and met, I think, 3 times, but unfortunately not the last couple weeks, when it is the most important time to be communicating with us. We got to see the product of your closed-door meetings just last night when the rest of the state did. You know, every year we hear the Democrats have to do this process behind closed doors because they have a really difficult caucus to manage. So they have to work out their issues within the caucus first because, you know, member management. In fact, their own leader called them tax and spend Democrats. So sure, let them work it out because we don't want their dysfunction to spill out into the public, do we? Well, I'm not buying it anymore that we all have to treat you like with kid gloves on this. If your dysfunction is so bad that you can't put forth reasonable debate in the public, then you shouldn't be in charge. Why should you communicate with us? Because we represent 4.5 million Illinoisans in every single county of this state who deserve to have their voices heard when it comes to spending their tax dollars. You may think they're not paying attention, but they sure are in my district, and they are in yours too. It is sad and disappointing that good ideas were ignored, and in fact, good people were banished for daring to think big and to try to find ways to manage this tough budget year. Sure tamps down on future input, doesn't it? Speaking of a tight budget year, this budget is $55 billion. We had people coming to us all spring in this building. We welcomed them, celebrated them. They came with good common sense uses of state funds. And to think of all the things that people who need our help are not getting because it's such a tough budget year, it's hard to accept. But then we read the budget last night and find out in this tough budget year, you raised our pay, you gave yourselves hundreds of millions of dollars of our taxpayers' funds to spend on your pet projects. So I simply don't believe you anymore, that you ever intended to be fiscally careful. I just don't believe the rhetoric that you tightened your belts at all. And then just moments ago, you had the gall to criticize us filing bills for things our districts have requested while giving my district's tax dollars to yours. At least we file
Leader
our
Elik,
bills publicly instead.
Please bring your remarks to a close.
I will, thank you. At least we file our bills publicly instead of throwing them in a 3,500-page bill with 24 hours before we have to vote on it. So here we are at 9:45 or so on a Saturday night, about to pass a budget that we saw for the first time yesterday when we started work here in January on this. We have plenty left to do tonight. We're going to be here longer. The people of Illinois deserve so much better. I hate this for them. This is my 5th spring session, and I leave here each year sad for the state of Illinois and worried about my taxpayers, my schools, my nonprofits. This year won't be any different. I urge a no vote.